is the school expanding?
Well, we're expanding in a few different ways. One is we just purchased a new building. Actually, you might be able to see it right through the woods over here. And so we've just purchased that, and we're going to expand that by building that out, renovating it, adding a gymnasium over there, cafeteria, library, media center, and moving our entire elementary K through 4 to that building. We'll be connecting it from this space right about here directly there with a two-way road, so we'll be able to drive and walk back and forth. And it also provides a second access point out to Route 140 down the street from where we are now. So that's one expansion. The other two parts that we're expanding is obviously when we have more space here, we're going to be able to have more students. We have about 2,400 students on the wait list. So we'll really be able to get a lot of that demand, the families and the students who want to be here, to be able to get off that wait list and come here. So we'll be adding more students, about up to 400 new students here at the school. And that will be spread out across all the grades. And finally, where we're expanding, if we have the space and we have the students, we also need teachers and staff to be able to support them. So we will be adding and hiring, and we're doing that right now, going through that process of advertising, recruiting for some really great teachers at all grade levels and all subject matters.
So how will class size change?
Well, what's exciting about this, so folks think, oh, we got to have more students. That means class size is going to go up, and that's absolutely not going to happen. We're really excited, especially in grades K through 8 right now. Typically, we have 4 classes in each grade of about 28 students. Next year, we're going to go to 5 classes in each grade of 26 students. And then the following year, we're going to add another section, so each grade will have 6 sections, and we'll be able to reduce the class size down to 24. And then when you get to the high school level, we'll have more students, probably have about 100 students in each of the high school grades, but because of the number of new teachers we're bringing in, we'll have new program offerings and more space. We'll be able to have even smaller class sizes in the high school for all the specialty courses.
What is the biggest challenge the school might face next year?
There are always challenges. Just change in and of itself is a challenge. Having a larger campus and staff and students not necessarily under the same roof and just in a different location, that can bring anxiety and change, and I understand that. So whether it be for students, staff, parents, we're going to make sure that we're addressing the issue of change and what that might look and feel like for staff. So that's always a challenge. When you bring in new students, a lot of new students coming in, again, we're going to phase in the numbers coming in, but when you bring new students in, they're coming from different backgrounds, experiences, and they may have some needs, and we need to anticipate those and deal with that change. And then with new staff, we have a great core group of staff right now, but when we bring in more staff, that means we have the challenges of making sure we're hiring the right ones, we're supporting them, providing them the professional development to be the very best that they can be in the classroom. And so that'll always be a challenge as well.
And do you anticipate a change in the demographics of the school student body?
We really do. I don't. We have changed dramatically since I've been here. So whether that be about our subgroups of special needs, our English language learners, the students who are coming in that English is not their first language, our racial background, where the districts from where people are coming from, it's dramatically different from when I first came in about 14 years ago. And it's about leveling off right now. So what I see is our student population right now. We're seeing that from the interests of ours, the families who are coming to our open house and are applying through the lottery. They look very similar and very similar backgrounds and experiences as our current student population. So we expect that what it is now to continue.
And lastly, how will traffic be affected?
That is one of the best questions and one of the most the best things about this project. We have designed a plan so that we are going to improve, first and foremost, traffic out on Route 140. For both our school community and the frustrations that brings sitting out in traffic, I do understand it, and that's not a great way for kids to start the school day. We really want to address that. The impact on the neighbors in the surrounding community, we don't like to see gridlock out there in the morning and how that impacts others. So we've been looking for ways over the last several years to improve that. By having a second access point and having a different flow throughout both campuses and with a connected campus, we're going to dramatically improve traffic out on Route 140, even though we'll be introducing more students and staff to it. One of the big changes would be that currently the drop-off outside the elementary building right now, outside door I, in the morning backs things up because people are jockeying for position to drop their kids off and then they can get going. That will no longer be a drop-off point. And what happens in the morning, that then backs up onto 140 and causes further delays. When we eliminate that as a drop-off and create better areas across the campus to do that, we will not impact 140 that same way, and we'll be able to impact traffic in a much better and a safer way throughout the whole campus. Well, hello, this is the new elementary building before we start renovation and construction. It's adjacent to our campus, which is on the other side of this building. And again, we're going to be connecting the two properties. So this would be when folks are coming in, this is the main entrance. We'd walk right through and I'll give you a quick tour. So here's the lobby. When you walk right in, you see these steps. That means we have 2 floors. And however, these steps will be taken out because it's not really conducive to a safe environment. We're going to be switching them off to the side so we can have sight lines and make sure that anybody who might be coming in, we make sure that they are who they are and they are safe, because all the other areas will be locked down. Over here will be the reception area. So if anybody's coming in to check in, they'll be coming over to this side. Again, we'll be doing some renovations to this area. And before we go to a little bit of a walk down the hallway, it's always nice to showcase this beautiful courtyard that we have. So this is the center of our building. So we'll be using this. Staff can come out, have lunch, but I think the students will be able to utilize this area as well as some surrounding areas for some outdoor classroom opportunities for science and for other learning experience as well. So this building was built in the early 1980s. Fortunately, it was built by the company for their own international headquarters, which means it's got really good bones. It was built solid construction, and it was also built for their training and education facility. So that means a lot of the rooms in this building are already set up as classrooms, and we're going to be able to utilize that same space. We're not going to have to do much renovation in those areas as you might normally need to. There are certainly other areas, and I'll show you where we will need to be setting up new classrooms. And then we're going to walk down here. This will be secured when we open up, but this is a typical hallway. On the first floor, we will have all our kindergarten classes, as well as nursing, special student support classrooms, our character ed classrooms, and other support staff needs. On the second floor, we will have grades 1, 2, 3, and 4 with their own separate wings, and I'll show you that in a second. And just to show you what one of the existing rooms looks like that we will be just fixing up, cleaning up, painting, but this is the size of a typical classroom. This will be turned into one of the kindergarten classes. All 6 kindergarten classrooms will have their own private bathrooms. Very important for 5-year-old kids. So now we're on the second floor, and it's set up much differently than the first floor. First floor is set up essentially for us to do some renovation, quick minor reservations, and move in. But on the second floor, we're going to have to take down a lot of these small offices that are here, and then create 900 to 1,000 square foot classrooms for grades 1, 2, 3, and 4. This will be first grade wing, second, on the other side be third, and fourth. We'll have a hallway that goes down the center of this entire area. All classrooms will be then on either side of the hallway, which also means every single classroom will have natural light coming in.
My name's Nicole, and I'm currently a junior at Foxborough Regional Charter School, and I went on a foreign exchange program to Valencia, Spain, February of my sophomore year for 2 weeks.
Hi, I'm Tara Valen. I'm a junior here at Foxborough Regional Charter School, and last year in June, I went to Mexico with the Foxborough Rotary and Interact Club. And last year, over February break, I went to the American School of Valencia in Valencia, Spain.
Hi, my name is Sarah DeFonte. I'm currently a junior at Foxborough Regional Charter School, and this year I went to Handan, China as part of the FRCS exchange program.
Hi, my name is Nora Kingman. I am currently a senior at Foxborough Regional Charter School, and this past fall I visited Ghana for a service trip.
I stayed with a host family. The girl I was with went to the school that I went to, and she was a freshman, and I stayed with her and her mom.
I stayed at Las Cabañas, which were these cabins by the clinic that we worked at.
I stayed in Handan, China with my host family in an apartment.
I stayed in a home base in the village of Ho in the Volta region of Ghana. The house was typical to what other Ghanaians would live in, so it was really nice to see the local roots.
I stayed at my host sister's house.
During the week, we would wake up, eat breakfast, walk to school, be at school, come home, work out, just hang out together, eat, do homework, and then go to bed. And then on the weekends, we went on like day trips to cities like Valencia and Madrid.
So my daily schedule was we woke up and we had breakfast, which were made by like these really nice ladies at the clinic. And then we went down to the clinic and we helped out with pre-op and post-op for eye surgery. And then after that, we worked with the dental clinic.
So I would wake up at about 7:30, and then I would eat breakfast with my host family. And from there, we would go to school and experience some of the classes and meet the students. And then from there, we would go out and we would see different historical sites and cities.
It was different every day, but on a typical day, we would visit a local elementary school and help out with the classrooms, paint some murals, and do some work around the school. And then in the afternoons, we'd do different cultural activities. One day we made batik fabric, which is a local kind of fabric in the Volta region. Another day we visited Willy Waterfalls, which is the highest waterfall in West Africa. And then we also visited some local markets.
My daily schedule was I woke up and I went and I had breakfast with my host sister and her family, and then we rode the bus to school. And then I went through all the classes, which are similar to here but kind of different. And then I came home and I hung out with my host sister, and sometimes we went out and sometimes we went to go see her have her swimming practice.
My favorite part would be attending school and seeing how school worked there. Even though technically it was an American school that I went to, it was structured a lot more differently, and there were a lot of differences between how the Spanish kids studied versus how I studied, so I thought it was really cool to see the difference.
My favorite part of the trip was just seeing all the people. They were just so happy because a lot of them weren't fortunate enough to be able to go to the actual doctor, so the free clinic was an amazing thing for them to be able to witness, and they were just so happy, and I loved making friends.
My favorite part of the trip was definitely seeing the different historical sites and experiencing the culture. We got to meet a lot of the different locals, not just the students, but people we saw on the streets would come up and talk to us. And also, definitely the food.
As an aspiring teacher, my favorite part of the trip was to hang out with the kids, to see how they learned in different situations, and just to get a feel for the local environments.
My favorite part was definitely meeting the people because they were so nice. I got to make friends with not only Spaniards, but also the international kids who were there from other countries.
My Spanish was really good. I didn't really have any trouble communicating. I started Spanish in 5th grade when I came to the charter school, and the year I went, I was in AP Spanish language, so communication wasn't never really an issue for me, so that was really useful.
So FRCS definitely prepared me for the trip because it's so diverse here. So it wasn't like a culture shock being over there where people were different than me. I'm just so used to being like that here and being around different languages. And also I've been learning Spanish since kindergarten, so the Spanish really helped me a lot to communicate with the others there and make friends.
Well, after completing the 5 levels of Spanish and AP Spanish, I tested out and I got to take Chinese for months before the trip.
Throughout my entire time at the school, there's been a lot of leadership and community service training, and in Africa I really got to put my leadership abilities to the test and step out of my comfort zone to see what I could truly do for communities.
I hope so.
Yeah, I'd love to go back and help out at the clinic again.
I would love to go back.
I would love to go back. Ghana has a really difficult customs program, so if I could figure all that out, I would go back in a heartbeat.
I would love to go back, and I cannot wait to go back.
Hello everyone, we are the co-captains of the Foxborough Regional Charter School Lady Falcon volleyball team. I'm Maya, I'm a freshman.
I'm Saya, and I'm a senior.
And I'm Lydia, and I'm also a freshman.
This season we've played a total of 15 games, which are comprised of 45 sets, and we've won all of them. We've also been undefeated for the past 3 years, meaning we haven't lost a single game in our seasons, and the league was comprised in 2012, so we have won a consecutive 5 championships for the past 5 years that the league has been established.
The reason our volleyball program is so strong is because we are a kindergarten through 12th grade school, so we start accepting student athletes in 6th grade. And that way we can train them to make sure that we have the best players and the most strong players we can on the court at all times. Because of this, during the past season, we've had 18 total players, 8 of which are varsity and 10 of which are junior varsity.
We would also like to have a special thanks to Denise Levesque, who was the middle block of our team and also the MVP of the league. We would also like to thank Coach Hardy, Coach H. Hardy, and Coach Sean Goodmanson for leading us into our amazing year and the 2016 championship. We would also hope that they can lead us into our 2017 6th consecutive championship, undefeated as well. And lastly, we would also like to thank Foxborough Regional Charter School for allowing us to represent them in the MCSAO League.
I'm Alma, a junior and a goalie.
I'm Caroline, I'm a senior and I play midfield and striker.
I'm Sophie, I'm a senior and I'm a defender, and we are the captains of the varsity soccer team here at Frickus.
We played a strong season this year, ending with an 8-2-2 record. We practiced and conditioned every day after school. We're a very team-oriented team, and we had pasta parties and group events all throughout the season for team bonding.
We couldn't have done it without our 2 captains, Katie Marchese and Justin Haffermill. Without them, we would not be able to develop and train ourselves as great players.
This season, we made it to the championship and got 2nd place overall. We had 3 players nominated for the All-League and Honorable Mention: Keisha Durden, Brianna Germain, and Caroline Rudd. Next year, we hope to maintain a strong team and compete again in the championship.
I'm John Goebel. I'm one of the captains for the soccer team. I'm a junior, and I want to say what a great season we had this past season and what we've been doing for the soccer team. This past season, we went pretty well. We had a little bit of trouble scoring goals, but we kept a strong defense. We ended up going to the finals, but we lost. It was a pretty good season anyways. I want to shout out to all the seniors who are on the team. They did very well. We had Tyrese, Kevin, Tyler, Prince, Nate. Good job to you guys. And I'm excited for the season to come. We got a bunch of new kids coming up. They're going to do well. The sophomore class this year is going to be juniors. It's going to be interesting. I'm going to be a senior, and it's going to be an exciting season.
Hi, I'm Judy Karaoke, and I am a co-captain for the girls basketball team here at Foxborough Regional Charter School. This year we had a 7-5 record, and we did very well this season. We made it to the first round of our playoffs, and we did very, very well as a team. We were able to establish a bond fairly quickly, and we communicated very well on the court. And next year we'd like to improve on that bond that we have as we add new players. And we were able to do so well as a team because we encourage each other to help each other to do better on the court.
I'm Justin Kennedy.
I'm Harsh Patel.
And we were the captains of the FRCS basketball team this year. This season we went 8-5, and we made it to the 2nd round of the playoffs before ultimately losing to EMK.
Next year, we're hoping that some of the veteran guys like Wildens, Casey, Leo help lead the team, maybe pass the 2nd round of the playoffs, and get some of the young guys involved, such as Chance, Sharma, Jacob, and just carry on the traditions that we leave.